Hey there ones, Aquarian Humanitarian here. Today we're going over 4D, 5D, and 6D. So if you haven't listened to the first three dimensions yet, please watch that first. So we've mastered the physical world of 3D forms, but what happens when we add the element of time? And what lies beyond the veil of individual identity? Today we will step into the soul realms, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth dimensions. So I'll give you an overview and then I'll go over each one of them in detail. So 4D is the astral plane, the time and thoughts. The fourth dimension adds the element of time to our 3D world. But in 4D, time isn't just a straight line. It's a fabric. This is the astral plane, the realms of dreams, emotions, and collective thought. In 4D, your thoughts have immediate weight. It is the bridge we cross to leave the density of matter behind. 5D, the grace realm, unity consciousness, it is the frequency of unity. Here, the illusion of separation disappears. You no longer see yourself as an individual competing with others. You recognize that everyone is a spark of the same source. It is a state of unconditional love or grace. This is the target frequency for the great awakening happening on Earth right now. 6D is the architect codes, sacred geometry. It is where the blueprints of creation are held. If 5D is the feeling of unity, 6D is the mathematical language that builds it. It is the realm of sacred geometry and the architect codes. At this level, consciousness creates entire worlds using light and sound frequencies. It's where your soul plan was first scripted. So, let's expand on the fourth dimension. Fourth dimension is often described as the bridge because it is where the rigid rules of the physical world begin to soften and blend with the fluid nature of the higher realms. While we experience the first three dimensions as physical space, length, width, height, the fourth dimension introduces a new coordinate: time. Fourth dimension is the bridge of time and thought. So in physics, fourth dimension is time, the duration that allows for change. In a metaphysical sense, it is the astral or mental plane. If the 3D world is like a single photograph, the 4D world is the entire movie. It allows us to perceive sequence and causality, cause and effect. However, in 4D, time is not as fixed as we perceived it. It is more like a landscape that can be navigated. This is the dimension where thoughts and feelings begin to take on form. While you cannot touch a feeling in 3D, in 4D, your emotional state directly colors your reality. This is why dreams, which take place in the astral realm, feel so vivid and changeable. To move into unity consciousness, 5D, one must first master the fourth dimension by stabilizing the mind and emotions. It is the filter where we process our beliefs and let go of the heavy ego attachments of the third dimension. Moving through the fourth dimension requires intentionality because it is the realm of the subconscious. Whatever we hold in our minds tends to be mirrored back to us. Mastery of this dimension involves presence, staying in the moment to reduce the weight of linear time. Emotional regulation, recognizing that emotions are energy in motion rather than fixed facts. Symbolism, understanding that the universe speaks through patterns, numbers, and synchronicities. Now let's talk about fifth dimension. It is where the game of separation ends and the experience of unity consciousness begins. If the third dimension is a playground for the individual ego, the fifth dimension is the return to the collective soul. So, point number 1, the core shift from duality to unity. In the lower dimensions, we see the world through the lens of opposites. Good versus evil, us versus them, success versus failure. In 5D, this duality collapses. You no longer just understand that everything is connected. You feel it. The distinction between you and the other fades because you recognize the same divine spark in everyone and everything. This isn't just a romantic or familial feeling. It's a state of being where judgment is replaced by radical compassion and acceptance, unconditional love. Point number 2, manifestation in time. In 3D, if you want to build a house, you need tools, labor, and a lot of linear time. In 5D, the lag time between a thought and its physical reality is significantly reduced. Because the vibration is higher and less dense, your intentions carry more weight. What you focus on appears rapidly because the energetic resistance of the physical world has thinned. That's instant manifestation. Linear time, past, present, future, is replaced by a circular or vertical sense of time. Everything feels like it's happening in the present moment, which removes the anxiety of the future or the regret of the past. That's the eternal now. Point number 3, communication beyond words. As consciousness expands, the heavy reliance on spoken language begins to shift toward more direct forms of exchange. You start knowing things without being told. This is often described as the beginning of telepathic or empathic communication, where you sense the frequency and intent of others before a word is even spoken. That's heightened intuition. Even while living in a 3D physical body, many find that anchoring 5D energy involves focusing on higher frequencies. This is often achieved through gratitude, so a high vibration state that aligns you with abundance, presence, by practicing deep awareness to step out of the time loop of the mind, and service, shifting the focus from what can I get to how can I contribute to the whole. Now let's talk about 6th dimension. It is often called the realm of sacred geometry, or the architect's office of the universe. If the 5th dimension is the experience of pure love and unity, the 6th dimension is the mathematical and geometric structure that allows that love to take a specific form. Point number 1, the realm of templates and blueprints. In 6D, reality is not made of stuff, but of light and sound frequencies arranged in perfect geometric patterns. This is where an idea or an intention from higher realms receives its blueprint. Before a star, a planet, or even a human body exists in 3rd dimension, its perfect geometric template is held here, thought into form. You'll often see symbols like the flower of life or Metatron's cube associated with this level. These aren't just pretty designs, they are considered the actual code that governs how matter organizes itself. The flower of life. Point number 2, the language of light. In the 6th dimension, communication happens through symbols, colors, and harmonic tones. Instead of reading a book or listening to a lecture, a 6D consciousness downloads entire systems of information instantly by interacting with a geometric symbol or a specific frequency of light. From a metaphysical perspective, the blueprints for our evolution, including the concept of dormant DNA strands, are stored at the 6th dimensional level. Point number 3, working with archetypes. These are the original versions of concepts. For example, the archetype of the mother, the hero, or the healer exists here as a pure energetic signature that then filters down into our 3D stories and lives. While we often think of this as high-level cosmic stuff, Humans tap into 6D energy whenever they are in a flow state. When an artist, writer, or mathematician suddenly sees the whole structure of a complex project all at once without having to think it through step by step, they are likely accessing six-dimensional blueprint. It's that moment where the vision is perfect and complete before the physical work even begins. Okay, dear ones, on the next video, we'll go over 7D, 8D, and 9D.